I don't know how to explain it, but my illustration seems a bit off. I watched some tutorial video and it told me to render my art, but what is render? Hello there! In this subsection, we will learn about the basics of rendering in two-dimensional illustrations. Some of you may be unfamiliar with the term render or rendering in the process of making illustrations. We will learn about rendering basics and some rendering examples. After watching this video, we hope that you will understand the importance of rendering and be able to apply it. Let's start this subsection material from the general understanding of rendering. Rendering is the process of perfecting, polishing, and repairing or giving details to an illustration to make it appear deeper and in accordance with the desired style. Rendering is not just about clarifying the image, but also adjusting various elements to be harmonious and aesthetically appealing. For example, shadows can be softened to be more natural. Highlights can be made clearer to highlight certain elements. Colors can be modified to create a stronger atmosphere, or changing the outline or line art in the illustration. In the context of 2D games, rendering involves creating a flat, two-dimensional image, such as a drawing or photograph. These images have no depth or dimension, and only show the front view of an object or scene. There is something called assets in game creation, and assets include sprites. Sprites are small images or animations used in 2D games to represent characters, objects, enemies, visual effects, or other elements. Sprites are usually bitmap like PNG, JPG, or GIF, or vector SVG image that can be moved, resized, or animated in the game. Sprites can be created using illustration software such as Sprite, Clips to the Paint, Medibank, Krita, and others. Sprites are created in the form of many frames so that they can later be turned into animation in Unity software, one of the game creation software. In the previous section, it was explained about how to draw assets, characters, and backgrounds, so is the theory of color, shadows, and lighting. This time, we will learn rendering in making illustration as a part of the game. There are several parts in the illustration that need to be considered and analyzed for rendering. First, pay attention to the outline or line art of your illustration. If your illustration has a messy outline, you can start tidying it up by deleting parts that are not needed, thickening the outline, shading the outline, or changing the outline color to make it more harmonious with your illustration. Take a look at this illustration example. The first image is an image before rendering, and the second is after rendering. The difference is clear, right? The outline of the flower in the first image is still messy and irregular. After rendering, the outline becomes clearer and neater. The flower object in the image can also be seen clearly afterward. Second, color vibrance. Color vibrance is a color variation that can be added to an illustration to add a colorful impression to the illustration. Try to use the color theory that you have learned in the previous section. There are no specific rules for doing this color variation. Try to experiment with colors in your illustrations until you are satisfied with the results. To see examples of works that have color variations, try to look at the speed painting process. See how the artist put a variant color to the character. The character's full color is orange, but the artist put a bluish color on the character's neck. That's how color vibrance works. Third, add details such as lines or dots to the illustration. This is done to add texture to the illustration. Take the following illustration as an example and pay attention to the character's eyes and neck area. Then, you will be able to clearly see the additional lines there as part of the illustration details. Fourth, tidy up the shading. Sometimes, you may feel that the shading you have done previously can be tidied up in the middle of the rendering process. So, tidy it up, because it is part of rendering. Do it until you are satisfied with the results. There is no special way at this stage. Do it in your own and style. Just think of it as you're doing shading for the second time. Take the following speed paint video as an example. Pay attention how the artist is setting up the hair shading and the flower shading. The artists do the render like they paint over that area again and again. After rendering, the shading in the hair area looks sharper and neater compared to the first illustration. Okay, all the examples above are just a few examples of parts that you can pay attention to and analyze for rendering. Basically, rendering does not have a specific part that must be passed. As long as you feel that there is a part that needs to be fixed and tidied up, then it must be rendered. That's all for the material on rendering. Now, let's review the lesson. Rendering is the process of perfecting, polishing, and repairing or giving details to an illustration to make it appear deeper and fit with the desired style. Now, try to render your own illustration game to make it better and perfect. Once again, tidy up and fix it until you are satisfied with the results. An illustration can be said to be finished if the creator is satisfied with the results. In the next video, we will learn about visual effect. Most of you must be already familiar with that, right? Make sure to watch it then. Alright, see you in the next video.